Okay, so where would you, on a hip-hop timeline, how would you start it off? The history of hip-hop, where would it start from?
Well, you can't have the history of hip-hop without talking about the gang culture, the Black Spade. Thomas Edison created the light bulb.
Right.
But he couldn't have done that without Ben Franklin discovering electricity 100 years or whatever previously. So while the genesis of hip-hop is Kool and he would not have been possible without the electricity that was created by the culture that was existing in the 1970s, early part of the 70s, and that very specifically is gang culture, and more specifically starting with the Black Spade.
So you would say the culture started with the Black Spades?
Yeah, the spark for the culture started with the Black Spade. It comes out of gang culture, yes it does.
The spark for the culture, okay.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody can argue that.
Right.
You know?
Tyrone is vice president of the Black Spades. A former New Jersey police cadet, Blue Eyes, is president of the 9th Division of the 7 Immortals. A former Marine, Charlie Suarez, is president of the Ghetto Brothers. President of the Savage Nomads, Black Benji Buxton, is a former drug addict and was recently released from jail. Eddie Cuevas is president of the Reapers. Spokesman for the Black Spades, Snoopy is a Vietnam veteran.
So the process of turning the killing of Cornell Benjamin into something positive for the community was made to depend upon a truce meeting engineered by the Ghetto Brothers and to be attended by gang presidents and vice presidents from all over the area.
I'm telling you, man, 'cause Black Benji died for peace, man. And like, wow, this is what we're seeking, man. That's what this meeting is for, man. For peace among each other. You understand?
Well, you had, that was the beef with them. Well, how did we get in there?
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you how we got in it. Because, like, let me tell you, who was at the motherfucking fight, man, when Black Benji got struck down, when he was hollering like, wow, why should we all fight, man? We all black and Puerto Ricans, huh? When they fucking hit him in the head with a pipe, man, and while he was laying on the floor, they said like, wow, Black Benji, all he came out of his mouth was say like, wow, man, why should we fight, man? You understand? And they struck him down dead. And you think that's righteous, man?
I don't think it's right. They said you looking for us.
Let me tell you something. If we were looking for you, man, I guarantee you, we would have came to your turf, brother. We would have came to your turf. You understand? We wasn't looking for nobody. You know why? Because Louis asked us to be cool, and the police asked us to be cool, and the Ghetto Brothers asked to be cool. Because let me tell you, Brother Benji here is our brother, man. He's my brother, Jack.
Well, yes, he is. He's our brother, too.
And like,
You
I
think
tell
that
you
too?
right now, if any of my members came to your turf, you point them out to me, I guarantee you they paid for
They
it.
came up there in trucks on our
That
turf.
was in 70, no, it was 71. 71. Because I had,
71.
yeah,
That you came to the Bronx.
yeah, I think so, yeah.
From Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But, you know, it had to be before 71 because they say in 71 the gang treaty thing happened.
Yeah, I was already here.
You was already here.
Yeah.
You remember that gang treaty at all?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The whole avenue.
Yeah, I remember walking over there.
Yeah,
I remember the walk over there, and it was. I remember waiting outside for a little while because there were so many people, and I remember going inside.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what I
So,
remember.
What was it like? I mean, what?
Well, Bam Bam was talking for us.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You know, and it was, you know, it seemed like all the ward counselors was talking for each gang, you know, and it was like, people was like, oh, well, your guys did this, and we're like, nah, we ain't do that. And then the other guy, we said, yo, you shouldn't have did this. They said, yo, we didn't do that. And like, it was like a whole lot of things, a whole lot of beef, and then there was some personal beef with a couple of guys, but you know, they came to a conclusion that, yo, you know something, the police is doing this shit, you know, they
setting it up,
they trying to make us fight against each other. So, you know, somebody came up and said, yo, you know, we need to be called a peace treaty, so, and then, you know, they thought everybody took a minute to think about it, and they'd say, yeah, we should have a peace treaty, so that's what they did.
So they was trying to blame the Spades for stuff.
Right.
They was trying to blame the Black Spades, say y'all did this and y'all did that.
Yeah. And not only us, because the Black Pearls, the Savage Nomads and Savage Skulls, you know, was blaming some shit too and shit, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but shit that that we didn't do, a shooting and shit like that, that we didn't do, and shit, you know.
I mean, they say that happened in December of 71, if I'm not mistaken, December of 1971 at the Whole Avenue Gang Treaty.
Right.
So when you moved to the Bronx, was
we
it?
didn't call it the Whole Avenue Gang.
Whole
It was the Boys and Girls on 174th Street.
Oh yeah, 174.
Yeah, that's what we call it, the Boys and Girls Club.
But it's next to Whole Avenue, right?
Right. It's really on 173rd Street, it's right like Brown and Corner. Right?
And you say y'all walked there?
Yeah, we walked over there.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Tyrone? Yeah.
Walk from over here, all the way over there. Always walk.
What do you remember about it?
About the Spades?
About that treaty? About the meeting?
It was just a big meeting with all the gangs. You know, that was, I mean, the bigger gangs that was in the Bronx area. You know, at the time. Savage Nomads, Spade, Skulls, 70 Mortals.
Okay, so the Whole Avenue Treaty, y'all walked there from where? Where was y'all walking from?
From Elder Avenue we walked. We met the rest of the Spades coming down Watson, and they cut up Elder Avenue.
Y'all met the rest of the Spades?
Yeah, it was a
Bronx
big crowd of
Spades?
us. Yeah, a big crowd of us.
A big crowd of y'all?
Yeah, a big crowd.
Like how many?
I don't know, about hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of us. Because we didn't want to go over there because if it's gonna be some, we call it static. If it's gonna be static in the days.
Right.
We had to make sure we was ready and shit. You know what I mean? So we was good. When we saw the cops over there, we had to throw our weapons, our zip guns and other things that we had. You know, put them behind cars and shit because we didn't want the cops to search us. Yeah.
I heard about that zip guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
And zip guns.
Zip guns.
We make zip guns. Yeah, zip guns. We make zip guns. Okay, baby. We made zip guns. And then we started getting guns.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, we started getting our first gun, a real gun, was a not no little 38 and all that other. We had a 30-30 Winchester.
Yeah.
I heard about that zip guns.
Yeah, we should make them.
Make them? Yeah.
Yeah, make zip guns. You get like a piece of wood. You can like shape it like a gun if you want to. You get a umbrella with an umbrella thing. You know the thing, the umbrella. You cut it off, and it's just the size to fit a 22 in there. We'll hold it, and we get a like a hanger or something, right? And then we'll make that, straighten that out, and we put it between. We'll cut a hole in the umbrella thing. I can't really explain it.
Yeah.
I can explain it.
And you cut a hole in
very
the
easily.
thing,
I
and
used to
you
make
pull
it.
you have the wire, the other wire on a rubber band. So you pull it back and you let it go. Poof.
You shoot it with a rubber band?
Yeah, because the wire hit the bullet. It hits
a bullet?
Yeah,
a real bullet?
A real bullet.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's what we call zip guns, man.
Yeah, but the zip gun was made like this. A round piece of wood, a bored hole through it,
right?
And you know, a car antenna, you can break it off, and use the car antenna, cut it down to size, right? You shaved off one side of it, right? That way you can load the bullet into it, right? But you flatten this end that goes through the wood so that the antenna wouldn't come back through.
Okay.
You know, so you spread it out so it won't come back through. So when you load the bullet in it, and then you get a screw, a heavy screw, and you screw to the bottom of the wood like a gun. Okay? Then you take a hanger from your house, one of those hangers, and you take it and you stick it in the hole, and you bend it down first, and then slightly up, and you tie the rubber band to the handle. Put as many as you can to make it strong as possible. So when you pull it and it hit the bullet, it goes off.
And it's what, like it acts like a BB gun, maybe?
No, it's an actual gun.
Yeah, but wait, but it don't. How fast could the bullet come? I mean, like how?
It discharge just like a regular gun.
It go
into somebody.
The antenna. And it hit somebody. You take out the
But it won't hit him and hurt him.
Oh, it would hit him and hurt him just like a 22
if you're close
shot.
if I'm close
like a 20.
If I'm close up on you like this, and I got 22 in there, and I go like this, and I pop, Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna go through your leg. Yeah. If I'm like 10 feet down there, it might bounce off of you. But if I'm close up on you with a zip gun, that's how you use it. You didn't get too far from a person. You gotta be close up on them.
Who invented that? Where did that come from? What was that?
All gangs knew that.
All gangs knew that?
That's the street back in the days.
Yeah?
Yeah, we made guns. We
couldn't buy
one
them,
thing
but you
about
had to make them.
one thing about old days, we made shit. You know, shit we didn't have, we made. We didn't have no skateboard, we made one. You know,
And
we
the
made
bigger the
stuff
bullet,
like that.
the larger the antenna you would have to get, because you know trucks had larger antennas at that time. So it ain't like they made now, but the truck antenna would hold a 32. And you can discharge a 32 if you have the right amount of rubber bands on it. You pull it and let it go. She fires.
But then you got problems because some people that make it right and they didn't hold the cylinder that you put the bullet in, and it will explode. It will explode in your face if it ain't made right. So it was dangerous.
Especially if that antenna was bent like this, it ain't going straight. You know, that's why you gotta be careful when you're sewing off the antenna. It has to be straight, very straight.
Yeah, I heard a little about zip guns, but I ain't know too much about it.
Yeah.
So y'all, like, it'll be a gang fight and dudes from either gang would be shooting them things?
Like, pow!
Yeah?
Pow!
Yeah.
Some of the guys was loading them like they was in the Western days.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay, y'all get to...
We should shoot the zip guns and throw the cocktails at the same time.
Cocktails?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The bottle, you know, put gasoline in the bottle.
Yeah.
Put the rag inside.
Man, that wasn't
Light
playing.
that shit up.
Damn.
Let that shit go.
No joke.
Yeah.
It wasn't playing around.
Yeah. What happened? Y'all get to the gang meeting, and y'all was putting away y'all stuff, right?
Right.
And then y'all all go in there, 100 of y'all.
Not 100.
Not 100?
Just a small group when each gang went inside. Was able to get inside the gym.
And the rest were outside.
And the rest were outside.
So over 100 went,
yeah,
but not 100 got in.
Right,
No.
right.
Wow. Outside.
Everybody's outside.
For the whole, it was long, like hours long?
It wasn't hours, nah, it wasn't hours and shit, you know.
Alright, so,
The police was there too, so.
oh yeah?
Yeah.
So was y'all DJing at that time?
No.
You wasn't DJing?
No.
Was you a black Spade or young Spade at that time?
Both black Spades.
No, hold on.
When that meeting came about, we were black Spades at that time.
I was a black Spade because I think I had fought Mike before then.
Oh yeah.
I smoked. It was in the winter, and I fought Mike in the summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was sunshine when I fought Mike. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
Well, you could have fought him that following summer, right? 72.
Nah, that happened.
You was there when he fought Mike?
Nah, I was fighting somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bronx River.
What, to get into the Spades or? No. Or just fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your crew of Spades, did y'all have problems with Bronx River?
No.
No? But Bronx River was young Spades and baby Spades, right?
Yeah, but they had some members that were black Spades, like Spade and them, right?
Yeah, Spade was in the, everybody was a 10th division until I came over there and I started picking certain people to be in my division, like, you know, so they was big.
What do you mean big? Physically big?
Yeah, physically. They're physically big.
They was in 10th division, but I heard 10th division was like a young Spade division.
Yeah, it was a young Spade, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
young Spade.
Soski in there, right?
Yeah.
Soski, right, he was a young Spade, right?
But see, I graduated from young Spades.
Right.
Because I was big, so that's how we was like, we'll look people over and say, yeah.
Right, so you start off as a young Spade, you fought Fat Mike and you got into the black Spade.
Right.
So y'all was black Spades when y'all went to the meeting.
Right.
Y'all was still teenagers.
Right.
So, I mean, is there anything else about that meeting? Like, you remember off top anything worth mentioning about that meeting? Let me ask you, do you think it led into hip hop? Because they did a documentary, I think. A well-known documentary where they trying to say because of that meeting and all the gangs coming together, that led into hip hop. Something like that. I haven't seen it myself, but that's basically what they're saying.
Well, that call peace. It made everybody be able to go walk in everybody's territory without no problem.
Oh yeah.
Colors, yeah, because you couldn't walk before wearing colors in somebody's
And the music was starting to come out, but I don't know that had anything to do with it. But in a way, in an indirect way, it kind of did. Because if we would have still been fighting, DJs wouldn't be able to come out in the park and play because I couldn't go in the park and I had beef with somebody. Right. No, that couldn't work, and I couldn't go to different areas and play. Right. If I got beef, we go in a different territory. So the peace treaty kind of helped everybody come together as one.
So y'all would say that the peace treaty actually calmed down and things, it worked? Did it work?
Yeah, it calmed down a whole lot of things.
Oh yeah?
Spades were like getting blamed for every fucking thing. Cops will always see you with colors. They want to stop you. Where you going? Want to question you. You know, it got crazy at one point.
Yeah, it was a point where people just didn't wear their colors.
And if you go on in somebody's neighborhood wearing colors, Spade colors, they were calling the cops on you because they thought the Spades were coming through to fuck up everything. You know, cars and people and everything. You know,
people hated the Spades.
Not hated them, but I know they disliked us a lot. Yeah. Other gangs. That's how I can tell you, other gangs.
But every game was just like
people they feared us.
Feared us.
Because they knew if any shit gonna go down, we was for real. We was coming.
Right.
And we're not playing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was more of a like, all right, I'm not afraid of you, but I ain't gonna say nothing to you. Thing. You should understand? Yeah. You know.
The Spades was the biggest gang in New York City.
Right.
Biggest gang, street gang.
Right.
But like everything else, every gang member had their bad motherfucker. So if I'm a bad motherfucker, I'm not gonna be afraid of you. You ain't gonna know that. I'm not gonna say I'm afraid of you. I'm just gonna be a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So every gang was bad. Let me not just say just the Spades and shit. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't want to go and I having problems with the Savage Skulls and go into their territories. Yeah. I mean, one time I did go into their territory.
Right.
Me and my boy, I think my boy Keith, we had our colors on.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And these guys, they surrounded us. And they say, yo, your guys got balls to come over here and shit. So, we just walking through and shit, They said, yeah, you got to come with us. So they took us down to the clubhouse. And I looked at Keith, I said, yo, man, whatever you do, man, don't bitch up. So we're going to have to handle this. Where we going, we dead. We're going to have to do it, whatever. But we went down there and shit, And they was pretty cool and shit, They had their girls down there. They had the black light on with the posters on the wall and shit, And everybody, they treated us cool and shit. Yeah, so we left and we went on and shit, We met the president of their club. I forgot the name of the guy and shit.
Right.
And we was off and shit, But, they respected us for having balls to wear our colors. And then they told us to take off our colors, and we got them, nah, we ain't doing that. And once we did that, they had big respect for us. Because they had us surrounded, and they could do what they wanted with us, and we still didn't take off our fucking colors. We wouldn't disrespect our colors. And that's what mainly gangs is all about. You don't disrespect your colors or your gang at all.
Wow.
And anybody do it, no matter how many people there is, disrespect your shit, then you gotta go try to kick their ass. That's the way it was. That's the way it was. Like, nigga want to fight you, all you have to do is say something about your colors and your gang. Punk ass Spades. And guess what? That nigga gotta get stomped. You understand?
Yeah.
If you don't stomp him, then the next Spade gonna stomp you and shit. You know what I mean? Because you didn't do anything about it. You let him say something about your colors. So that's the way it was.
Yeah. Wow. Y'all left the meeting, everything was cool that night? Like when y'all left, it wasn't no fights, it wasn't nothing? After the meeting, y'all walked home? Everything was good?
Everybody was happy and shit,
Everybody
we walked
was happy.
home, cops were following us and shit.
Yeah?
So it couldn't be no problem because the cops was there.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of them, right?
Yeah. Everybody went their own different way and shit. Everybody wanted to get out and go home and shit. Yeah.
All right, so at that time, Bronx River was still the 10th Division.
Right.
You said they was the 10th Division until you did what? You picked them out? You did what?
Right, till I made up not made up, but they gave me the first division, first chapter.
Right, now who did that? Monk? Was it Monk?
I'm fine. I don't know. It had to be Monk.
Okay. So what he say? Like he said, like the Spade was like, we want you to start another division. Why? Why did they?
They want to recruit people from Watson Avenue.
From that area.
We lived up Watson Avenue up here.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And then, you know, I didn't know at the time that they was trying to chill out, you know.
Right.
So they didn't want the responsibility of that. That's probably what it was. But now they wanted to cool out now. You understand?
The Bronxville Spades wanted to cool out.
Right. They just wanted to deal with what they had to do with in Bronxville, because Bronxville was the headquarters.
Right.
So you had Soundview, and you had Bronx River and Monroe and shit around, so they wanted to recruit. So that was me. I recruited them. I knew most of everybody, so I recruit people, and that's how I went, man, for a little while.
When you say recruit, you mean the whole area, or just Watson?
Well, it was the whole area. The whole area. Anything around outside of Bronxville was mine. It was responsibility.
Right.
If something happened and shit, then yo, D, what happened over there? It was, you know, I tell them this happened. It was beef because of this, you know, and stuff like that.
And like, tell me about paying dues. What was that?
They came and paid me dues, motherfucker. I wish to God.
Well, yeah, you had to pay dues. Every week we would get together and pay dues. And then they used to give meetings and shit. Monk and them come in there, and you see everybody, Guru, Monk and them all sitting at a long table and shit. Mm-hmm. And you know, we talk about what we're doing, what's going on in the community, and this and that. If we're gonna have any beef with someone over here, or if somebody want to have beef, you know, they stand up and say, listen, I got this is happening, this is going on, and then we're choosing what we're going to do. But at the end of the meeting comes the dues part. So everybody said, and they say, anybody got the dues, y'all need to bring up the dues. Mm-hmm. All right, so you got to bring up. So it's really was no money value, right, that you had to give. Just anything what you had. You had to give a quarter, 50 cents, $1, whatever, $5, you know what I mean? You give it up, you understand? Because, you know, back in the day, $5 was like 20. You know what I mean? Right. So that was gas money.
So from every Spade, from like your whole division?
For my division, for every Spade had to have it.
And they would give $5 or $1, $10.
Whatever it was, yeah.
No, not, I mean, all together. It wouldn't be like $5. Like we would give them like $1. I know sometimes I used to give them like $100-something and shit, you know, for my crew.
You used to give who?
Give it to Guru and them. Guru.
Oh, the Bronxville Spades.
Yeah, the Bronxville Spades. That's
so you would collect like $100?
Yeah, for my crew.
Oh.
From first division, first chapter.
Yeah, it'd be like $100 a month, or a week, or what was it?
I think it was every time we had a meeting. So I think about a month. Yeah.
Once a month.
Yeah, once a month.
We're like $100 just from your division.
Right.
And then what, you would collect from Bronx River division?
I would get from Bronx River, Soundview, Bronx Hills, and over here on Watson Avenue. Yeah.
So like 100 from your division, 100 from Bronx River division, right?
No. My division was Bronx River in it.
Oh.
Yeah. So it wasn't like a lot of. It wasn't like a lot of money for a lot of. We had more over 300 something people, but we were only giving $100.
Would you collect the Soundview?
Yeah,
dues?
collect Soundview, yeah.
Project dues, so there'd be 100 from them.
Yeah, my vice president would do that because he would go over there.
And he would collect from them.
Yeah.
And Monroe would be separate.
Yeah.
That's another 100, right?
No.
No, we have Monroe.
It's all together. Out of all the divisions, $100. Okay.
Out of all of his division,
Yeah.
what it was him in his division. So we have Monroe, Soundview, Watson, Wheeler, Bronx River, you know, and that, those areas, Colgate. So out of accumulation of everybody.
Yeah, because some guys couldn't give you that much. They give you 50 cents.
And y'all would bring it to Bronx, so y'all bring the $100 and
whatever we had, we bring it to Bronx sale. Sometimes it wasn't even $100, but we'll bring it to Bronx sale.
Was it like that for like other divisions around the Bronx?
Yes, 17th, 22nd. Yeah.
They would have their representatives bring it to Bronx.
Yeah.
Wow. They had meetings, and depending on where the meeting was, because everybody knew where the meeting was. It wasn't always in Bronxdale.
It was a Soundview Center.
Soundview. Yeah, that's why I heard a lot of meetings was in Soundview.
Soundview Center.
Yeah.
That's where Monk had got elected at.
Oh yeah?
When Mo, they said in Soundview when he had the big fur on and they elected him.
Yeah, that's when they told us David was not going to be there no more. And Monk
Right.
was going to be the Supreme Commander.
Yeah.
Also, it had to be David that gave me the division because that I was already giving money. I had the division already, so it was David.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It was David.
And David was pretty much like a positive influence. He was trying to be positive, Muslim.
David was he always talking about you ain't eating that pork, right?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was eating that pork though.
Oh shit.
I said, nah, David, I ain't even fucking with that pork and shit. I was eating that bacon. My mother made some bacon, I was eating that shit. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I used to laugh and shit, but okay.
What about alcohol and reefer? Was y'all all doing that? Alcohol and reefer? You know, like wine. That was big then. Wine.
Blackberry wine.
Was y'all drinking wine and reefer?
Yeah.
What about David? Did he allow that? Was he into that? What?
I never seen David doing that.
Did he know that Spade was doing that? Did he know that?
I'm pretty sure he knew that shit was getting hot, but if you didn't do it in front of him, I guess it would, it was all right. Yeah, but
He didn't do it in front of him. Right.
Yeah. He didn't do it in front of him. People got tired of trying to live that life and shit,
Righteous life.
People wanted to do what they wanted to do and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so they was kind of glad when David stepped down, Monk took over and shit.
Oh yeah?
Because now we can go buck wild. We can do, we don't have to lie no more and shit,
Oh, all right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
right.
I can have, so.
Would you say the same thing, Tyrone? Would you remember that? When they switched over, Monk stepped up, they changed leadership.
It changed the whole facet of the Spades. Monk came in, man. 'Cause Monk didn't take no shit. Monk would get in and fight,
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he would get up there and fight.
But what about like what D was just saying, like as far as, would you say people felt relieved, like, or happy, or?
Not happy, I wouldn't say it's like, they know now, it's like a kid wanting to go out and play, and now my parents is leaving. So now I can go out. That's how it was.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's how it
David
was.
was more civil.
Civil.
Yeah.
Right.
If he could afford fighting, they would probably more or less want to fight. But Monk,
fuck it. Fuck. We fucking shit up.
They ass.
Yeah. Alright. So okay, so tell me more about the so Bronx River Division, when you took over that, you took over the Bronx River Division, you pulled some of them out into your division?
Yeah.
And was Bambata one that you pulled out?
Yeah.
Were you a warlord of the Black Spades?
I was a warlord in my first division, first chapter, under the leadership of Kool DJD.
Now, I seen the KRS lecture, and KRS said he was the most ruthless gang member in New York. Is that true?
This guy was the most ruthless gang member in New York. They used to call him Freight Train when he was in a gang. He was just running up on dudes.
Was he a ruthless type of guy?
No, I didn't see him in that light, no.
No?
No.
All right, so what kind of guy was he then?
He was a communicator, He's like a fun guy, at the time.
Oh, yeah?
So he was a communicator.
A communicator?
Yeah, he knew a lot of people, know, and stuff like that. Especially the Spanish people, we knew a lot of them, you know, and that kind of helped us.
The Spanish people, right,
yeah,
right.
You know, it kind of helped us, you know, have peace over there and reduce, yeah.
The Taíno Indians, that's what it is, because he probably related to them, told them they was Taíno Indians and all that type of thing. So, so he was a communicator and he communicated good with the Spanish gangs or the Spanish gang members or whatever. Another thing that I saw written, they said that because he did that, he made the Spades big. Like he was responsible for making the Spades big.
No, Spades is already big.
Spades is already big.
Right. Spades are already big. Bambata was just Bambata Spades is already big.
Okay, so Bambata didn't make the Spades big.
No.
Spades was already big.
No. We have people in Patterson,
right,
and you know all over the place. Brooklyn, Queens already. So it was already big.
Okay.
It made the Zulu Nation big.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So did he have a position with you? That was his position, communicator?
Well, he was my treasurer first.
The treasurer.
Right.
So he handled the dues.
Right.
He would bring it to Bronxville?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, he would give it to me because he couldn't go up to Monk.
Oh, no?
You know, only presidents had to give up the money.
He couldn't bring it to Monk? Why not?
Because he's not a president.
You're not president because if it wasn't enough, they want to ask you, oh, yeah, yo, man, what's going on? You can't get no money from your boys? And then they want to fuck you up if they don't, you know, they think that you're trying to hold back on them. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So you had to, you know, that's the way it went. President had to give up the money for his division.
So this is all what? Okay, when you took over that was like 71, 72, 73?
Yeah.
That was before you got your equipment?
We had gotten equipment.
I got my equipment 73, so around 70, 72.
It was all about the same time.
I was still a Spade when I got my equipment.
Right.
Yeah, but then I started like going to slow down a little bit and shit, you know what I mean?
So 73, you get your equipment, and because of the gang meeting, you know, it was more flexible, different gangs coming into territory.
By that time, it had calmed down.
Calmed down, yeah? A little bit, a lot, because they...
A lot, man. A lot. It was no beef.
Yeah?
There was no beef.
But look, I thought the gang kind of was still on and popping until like Soski got killed. Cause he got killed like in 75, I think.
Sure?
Yeah.
It was popping when Soski got killed, but the thing was, you didn't know who did it.
What do you mean?
There's so many different stories going around about how Soski got killed.
The police killed him, right?
Some say the police killed him.
Right.
Some say other gangs killed him.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because he was buck wild.
Oh yeah? He was wild? Yeah.
Yeah, but never got a real true story of him. So who killed him?
So like, if you wanted to handle like a beef or a problem, you wouldn't send Bambata. You would send somebody else. Would you send Soski at that time or something like that?
Yeah, well, more or less than Soski, Spade. If it was on the Bronx River side.
Right.
See, I had different people for different areas that I used.
Right.
You know, so on the Bronx River side, if I wanted to know something, if something happened, I need information, then I would send Bambata.
All right.